How you doing, everybody? Nick DiVirgilio here to talk to you and to play for you these Pearl Reference Pure Series drums. This is a 4-piece shell pack, so we'll be concentrating on the toms and the kick drum here in this video. Because when you buy a shell pack, it's just those drums. It doesn't come with a snare, cymbals, or hardware. But so you know, before we get into the drums, I'm playing a Pearl All-Maple Master 6.5 by 14 snare. Got some beautiful Pearl 930 series hardware, a Pearl Eliminator double kick drum pedal, some fantastic Meinl Byzance series cymbals, and I'm using my trusty Vickfirth 55A drumsticks. So let's get into the drums right now. Now, when Pearl made the Reference series drums, there's Reference and there's Reference Pure. The only difference between the two drums is that the Reference Pure is a little bit lighter version. It's like the lighter cousin of the Reference series. In the Reference series, they use two different size plies, 1.6 millimeter and 0.9 millimeter plies to make the shell. In the Reference Pure, it's only the 0.9 millimeter plies when they make the drum shell. And I should say that the hardware is a little bit different. You'll get different lugs on the Reference than you will on these Reference Pure drums. In their thinking, every drum in your set has its optimal tone and its optimal voice. They use the three main woods in drum making. There are others, of course, but the three main ones are birch, maple, and mahogany. You get all of those woods in the Reference Pure series drums. In this shell pack, you get an 8 by 10-inch rack tom, 9 by 12-inch rack tom, and a 16 by 16-inch floor tom. They're all 6-ply drums. Since they base everything around the 12-inch tom, the 12-inch is the only drum that is completely all maple. Has great tone for that size drum, nice crack, nice warmth to it. Drums smaller than that, they add 2 plies of birch. Drums that are smaller than that, you want them to have a little more crack, a little more projection as they get higher pitched. And that 2 plies of birch, along with 4 plies of maple, just gives it that nice tone. Then as you get bigger, from 13 all the way up, they start adding the mahogany to the maple. So the floor tom has 4 plies of mahogany and 2 plies of birch. As you get big, you know the drums, those floor toms, you want them to be big and round and project that kind of tone. Mahogany is a great warm wood compared to the sound of birch and maple. So it's a great combination. As you get to the kick drum, which is an 18 by 22, it's 8 plies, so you get 6 plies of mahogany and 2 plies of maple. So it gives the kick drum a nice big beefy attack. It projects for sure, it's loud, but it's warm, and the low end, it all couples together to make a really nice, complete drum sound. So let me turn the snare wires off right now, and I'll play these toms and the kick drum by themselves. I'm using basic clear Remo Ambassador heads on the drums. I have a Power Stroke 3 on the kick drum with a little bit of dampening on the inside, a couple small pillows, but not much, just a little bit. These drums really project and sing in a really musical way. Nice sustain on the floor tom and the rack toms as well. They were really easy to tune. They have perfect 45-degree bearing edges on the rack toms. So you can get that kind of bright, punchy attack. As you get to the bigger toms, the floor tom and the kick drum, they have fully rounded bearing edges, which is really cool for lower, warmer tones on the bigger drums. So they really made each drum its own individual instrument and then compiled all that together to make a complete drum sound. Put the snare wires back on and play the drums a little bit more for you. It's really nice sitting on this side of the drum kit because the drums are really giving back to me. The drums are doing a lot of the work. There's great rebound on the toms and the kick drum. They just feel really, really nice. Okay, let's get into the hardware now on this beautiful drum kit. You get these really cool STL, is their name, low mass tube style lugs. What's cool about these lugs, there's these 2, looks like flathead, gold flathead screws on either side of the lug. All that is doing is making so the hole where the tension rod goes in can actually move around just a tiny bit. So it seats in there perfectly every time. When you put the hoop on to change the head, it just makes it easier. It makes it so it gives a tiny bit. When you put that hoop on over the head, it's gonna seat in there perfectly every time. It's a really nice little feature. For For the suspension system, since the toms do not mount on the kick drum itself, you get the Pearl Optimount suspension system, and there's nothing touching the drum shell at all. The suspension system gets held on through 2 tension rods on the top and the bottom. It's very easily adjustable, and it works really well. Makes the drums resonate and sing just like they should. Some more cool hardware features are the claw hooks on the kick drum hoops. They have a nice thick rubber lining, so you're going to keep your hoops nice and scratch-free as long as you take care of them, right? Some really nice kick drum spurs. Sometimes you might not think of the spurs on the kick drum as a necessary thing, but really good kick drum spurs are a necessity, and these are nice and sturdy, and they keep your kick drum in place no matter how hard you're beating on it. There you have it, everybody. This is the Pearl Reference Pure 4-piece shell pack. If you want any more information about this Pearl product or any other Pearl product, just contact your Sweetwater sales engineer or check us out on sweetwater.com.